don't want
It's not good.
Oh,
All right, boom, we're live.
wow.
MMA Complete episode 17. I'm pretty sure that doesn't include the live streams. This is really like 18 or something like that. We're coming to you live October 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
October
Yeah.
29th, 2 days before Halloween. We are in the middle of where we're in between the UFC 254 card that just ended, and then we're right before Fight Night 180. I think it's 182.
182.
182. Headlined by Anderson Silva versus Uriah Hall.
Anderson Silva's the last time fighting.
retirement fight.
If you don't-
Retirement,
Hopefully.
maybe.
I think the only way he doesn't retire is if he goes to like Bellator or One. I think the UFC's done with him.
Yeah,
Really?
they probably are.
I think so. I mean, he's 45. He's lost a bunch of his last fights.
They're paying them the respect by giving them the main card.
Right. I mean, he's gonna make him money because any card that Silva's the main headliner for, like it's gonna attract
Yeah.
people. But I don't know, man.
He's 45,
He's
dude.
45,
He's done.
but I think he
Like-
could still go.
Yeah, but you think he's gonna win?
I don't think he's gonna win. I think he has a great chance to win.
Yeah.
You know, if I had to gun to my head, I would say Uriah Hall's gonna win.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hall's winning.
I think it's gonna be a decision.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I think it's gonna be a decision.
I think it's going under because
Is it 5 rounds?
Yes, it's 5
It is.
rounds. But here's the deal with that.
It's the man.
If it goes to decision, I'll be kind of surprised because Anderson Silva in that Adesanya fight, sure, it was eventful striking, but there
He
wasn't.
got picked apart.
Yeah, well, he didn't get picked apart. He did actually better than.
He did good, yeah,
Better
but he
than
got
Ashton.
fucked up too.
But-
But here's the thing: you're talking about Israel Adesanya.
Who
now.
gave him the space and the time, and they were both kind of judging each other.
Right.
You know, there was a slower fight.
It was, but that's Adesanya. This is Uriah Hall.
Yeah,
This is Anderson Silva's best. Excuse me. This is Anderson Silva's easiest fight in like 5 years.
yeah, but who knows with Uriah Hall if he pushes the pressure.
Yeah, he pushed the pressure. I mean, he'll come in with a lot of leg kicks. Like Anderson Silva's gonna get
Right, Hall ain't no joke though.
he's gonna get his legs kicked in for sure. Uriah Hall was nasty when he was 27. That was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, he was nasty. He had a dip.
Remember that Ultimate Fighter knockout that he had? He had one of the other
of the highlights,
great
yeah.
spinning back kicks ever.
Probably
was it?
ruined Matt.
Uriah Hall.
Uriah Hall.
Oh my God, nasty. Dana White was like watching in the front row. As soon as Uriah Hall kicked him, fight was over immediately. Dana White got up. He was like, "Fuck, holy shit!"
I think I've seen this on
Yeah,
Twitter.
Dana
Oh,
White
it
did.
was so
Give him
nasty.
a contract right there, right?
Well, that's what. No, I don't think he did because I think he like placed third in the Ultimate Fighter, and then afterwards he gave him the contract. Because
Yeah.
that's what happened with the Ultimate Fighter so many times. You would see guys like have a highlight knockout, but then lose in the next round, and then when the Ultimate Fighter's finally over, they're like, "Yeah, we'll give him a contract."
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, right.
Entertaining
Yeah.
fighters.
Like,
There's
I
that
guess even
opportunity.
if you're gonna lose, like you better lose fucking spectacularly, like
Yeah,
do some
yeah.
shit. I think that might have been Tony's Ultimate Fighter. I think it might have been. I can't remember exactly what one it was. We're getting a little off topic. So, UFC Fight Night 182, headlined by Uriah Hall, Anderson Silva. Co-main event.
And he lost.
What was? Oh, the one loss.
Yeah, I'm not
No
sure
shit.
if it's counted on his record or not, but
That's it.
a lot of people are referring to him as undefeated.
Right.
But he is technically defeated if you count that.
Well, I mean, you see a one on his record. Like you look at John Jones, he's not undefeated.
Yeah.
Like he's undefeated, but he's not undefeated.
Yeah, because of that no contest.
That's right.
No, it was a loss. It
DQ.
wasn't even a no contest.
Oh,
DQ.
really?
DQ
Yeah.
is the right word. And he has one no contest with Cormier.
Well, they're fighting in featherweight, and both these Andre Philly's got knockout power.
Andre Philly also has a 4-inch reach advantage
Yeah.
over Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah,
Very possible that he knocks out Bryce Mitchell,
very possible.
but I think it's more likely to go the distance
Mhm.
if it is Bryce Mitchell's like fight and he maintains that dominant ground control. If he doesn't go for submissions, after hearing his interview, he says he just wants to be dominant.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll take the submission if it's there, but he's not going to be hunting. He says.
Okay.
So it could go the distance with Bryce Mitchell win, but I think if Andre Philly wins this, it's going to be by TKO.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
I think exactly. If Andre Philly wins it, it's going to be TKO, and it's going to be first round maybe. But I mean, like Bryce Mitchell's a favorite. I mean, he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He's a black belt in Brazilian
I was just
Jiu-Jitsu.
gonna say I couldn't remember. I thought he was a purple belt, but he's a black belt.
Can you
If he
actually,
can
real
get-
quick, can you tell me the order of the belts?
So the ranking, I'm going to start
This
from
is
bottom
curious.
to top. It goes white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt. Gracie School's red belt.
Red belt is after black belt?
Red belt's basically you're 75 years old and you've been doing it for
Got
50
it.
years.
Okay.
But it's
So Gracie's don't do like double black belts, anything like that?
no. So black belts, there's degrees for each belt, and it goes first degree. Well, actually, you just have the belt. I guess that'd be the first degree, and then you get like 4 stripes on your belt, and that basically shows your like ranking in the belt
In the black belt.
that you have. Like it
Okay.
goes, if they do that from white to black, and
Now, does that mean like once you get your 4th stripe, you get promoted to the next belt?
yeah, you get your 4th stripe. You stay with your 4th stripe until deemed promotable.
Got it.
And then they promote you to your next belt. It's
Okay.
a pretty cool process. But Bryce
No, I was
Mitchell-
always curious about that because I didn't even know the order, to be honest.
Bryce Mitchell's a pretty
Yeah,
good
black belt in jiu-jitsu.
considering how young he is too.
He's gonna
Yeah.
fucking.
He beat another black belt in jiu-jitsu easily, and it was dominant.
Now let me ask you this, because Mark is now our jiu-jitsu expert.
Not expert.
He's our jiu-jitsu expert. You know Damian Maya. You ever heard of Damian Maya?
Yeah, but I got a bad
So
memory.
Damian Maya is like something like a 7-time jiu-jitsu world champion. He's in the UFC. He fights in between middleweight and welterweight. He is supposedly, this is Joe Rogan's words, not mine, and this isn't quoted by Joe, but he's supposedly the best pound-for-pound jiu-jitsu artist in the UFC.
Who's this?
Damian Maya.
I believe it.
Damian
Damian
Seven-time
Maya's
world
like
champ.
36.
That's insane. 7 times.
Apparently, he has the tightest grip in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you would measure that. I don't know how you would really prove that, but that's what I've been told. So
I believe that.
So Damian Maya is from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and he trained with the Gracies in Brazil before, like, while they were still in Brazil.
Okay.
And then he came to the UFC, and he lost. He lost to Anderson Silva and GSP, but he was choking everybody the fuck out.
Anderson Silva's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, though.
Yeah.
And so is GSP.
I was gonna say, I imagine GSP is too.
So if their other skills are on top of Damian's, and
Well, Damian, he's definitely like, if you go play the UFC video game,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like a striking attribute, a wrestling attribute, and then like cardio, whatever. It's like 82 for striking, and then like 95 for jiu-jitsu. Like that's his whole game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My question to you is, if he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I don't know his ranking or anything like that, but I just know that he's a black belt because I've heard him talk about it. How, because you just said that red belts are usually like 75-year-olds. Like, how early do you think he could potentially, if he is a great jiu-jitsu fighter, do you think he could possibly get a red belt by like 50?
I
40?
believe that the Gracie family has decided that you have to be training jiu-jitsu for 50 years.
Oh, is that what it is?
in order to
Okay.
do it.
Well, that makes
But
sense.
black belt, if you're fast, like I know he's a 7-time world champ. He's no ordinary black belt.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'll have to show you fucking videos of this guy. It's like,
If you're a very athletic person, you learn very quick, and you're just like natural. Like you can get it in like 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
But the average is kind of like 20, 22 years.
Okay.
No breaks.
oh, shit.
It's pretty cool.
See, I
So if Bryce Mitchell, again, a little off topic again, Bryce Mitchell gets him on the ground.
Let's run the card, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
whatever.
If Bryce Mitchell gets him on the ground, possibly submit him or tire him out, he's gonna win.
That's very possible. Because
Even
he
if it
can-
does go the over, like that's why if it goes over, it gets those takedowns. It's very very possible.
if it goes to the ground, I like it. It all depends on Bryce Mitchell's wrestling, and if he can take down Andre Philly, I see this ending under the 2.5.
now for the I always forget what to call this. It's not the co-main event, third fight from the main event. The third fight from the main event is
The
Greg
co-main
Hardy
event.
versus Maurice Green. Yeah, the Coco main event. Coco.
Two heavyweights, two.
Now, you guys might know a little bit more about Mo Green than I do. I just know that he knocked out, I thought it was Ben Rockwell.
I'm not sure, but I know he's got pretty good striking. He's not like anything special though. It's Mo Green.
Right.
He's got-
He's kind of just a middling heavyweight.
yeah, it's
So Greg Hardy,
whatever.
He has knockout power.
He
But
does.
well, everyone in heavyweight does, though.
exactly.
Greg Hardy, former NFL player, Cowboys, defensive end, now turned MMA fighter, made his initial jump to the UFC in the Contender Series, Dana White's Contender Series. Excuse me.
Knock someone out, right?
He had a vicious uppercut knockout in like 19 seconds, was it? I thought it was like close,
19
even
seconds.
earlier than that.
Yeah.
And in his last fight, Greg Hardy, he fought Jorgen De Castro, who we've talked about before in the podcast. He's a Fall River native. De Castro actually just lost to Carlos Felipe about a month ago. But Greg Hardy fought Jorgen De Castro at the beginning of 2020 in a fight where De Castro broke his foot or his toe in the first 2 minutes. The fight then went the distance, went to a decision with De Castro. Like, it was an even fight. Like, it was a close call, even though he broke his toe, because there was no strikes landed. So I think that Greg Hardy's overhyped because, he had that great knockout and he's a great story, and this guy coming from the NFL, like Dana White wants to promote
It
him.
is a great story. It is
And
a
I
great story.
don't see anything special. He has knockout power, but like I just said, everyone in heavyweight has knockout
One
power.
thing apparently he does a lot is when he notices he's like losing,
It's the left jab.
yeah, he'll stick that left jab and he'll just circle around the ring and keep sticking like a couple punches.
And
And goes to
that's-
decision a lot.
And that's
For heavyweight especially.
that is a normal tendency for people who don't have a lot of experience backpedaling. For people who don't have the experience, most of these guys that go to the UFC, they're used to winning all their fights and they're used to laying it onto people.
Yeah.
They can't do that, and they start backing up and they start looking for ways to counter punch or do all that. They're gonna just go for the jab.
Yeah.
That shows me, like, if he does that, I'm automatically gonna think, oh, this guy's gonna lose because he doesn't have a plan B,
Yeah.
basically.
So when Maurice Green
Maurice Green's strong.
in his fights, so he doesn't look like he applies too much pressure. And when he has pressure applied to him, he kind of reacts like in a panicky way. That he wouldn't yeah, he'll either start throwing or he'll kind of like shut down almost and stop functioning like he should be.
Who did we see do that in the pay-per-view that just happened?
Oh, Jacob Malkoon.
Yeah, it was Malcolm.
That was sad.
No, it wasn't even that. No, like some guy was just throwing.
Against
Was it Whitaker? It might have been. Oh, I think it was Cutelaba.
Cutelaba.
I think it was
Cutelaba,
Cutelaba. Yeah, he just started swinging shit.
He was knocked out on his feet. That poor guy.
Ooh, he got knocked the fuck out. Wow, yeah.
I
he
think
did.
Greg Hardy's overhyped.
I do
overhyped.
too.
And this is
But
this is my underdog. This is my pick.
I think that this
For an
is
upset.
a decent match for him because, like, if Greg Hardy would have been put against a top 15 guy, which Mo Green isn't, right?
No, they're both
Like, that would have been a bad fight for him. But these are two guys trying to prove themselves.
Oh yeah. They're both fight. I feel like not so much Greg Hardy, but Morris Green. I feel like he's fighting for another contract.
I haven't seen Greg Hardy go to the ground too much. That's one thing.
They both don't really have a ground game.
Right, and they're both going to stand and strike, which, heavyweights are accustomed to that. Because if you're a heavyweight, you're either trying to knock someone out or you have a massive wrestling advantage and you just take them to the ground.
So
They have the same reach.
one big thing about this though is that I watched Greg Hardy interview pre-fight, obviously, or still pre-fight.
Yeah.
He was saying how much he improved over the last year or so. He says he thinks he's going to go in there and fuck up Maurice Green. And obviously that's just
I like that confidence, but
Yeah.
yeah, what you were just about to say, like
They're
everybody
fighters.
says that, right?
you got to have that.
And I mean, if you're in MMA and you're not progressing, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That is what training martial arts is. You're just progressing your skills for each
Yeah.
individual martial
If I
art.
was a guess, I feel like Greg Hardy has better conditioning just because he is from the NFL.
Yeah, I could totally see Greg Hardy winning this, especially the amount of times he's gone. to decision.
Well, he weighs more, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not that much.
They're huge
Yeah.
fucking guys.
It's too.
Yeah.
Morris Green is a 200 advantage too, which
And I mean, if both of
Isn't
these
really
guys
anything.
are strikers anyway, and they're not even going to take it to the ground, cardio might not even play a factor.
Yeah.
These guys probably can go 15 minutes striking. If you want to go 10 minutes wrestling and then bring it to the stand-up game, then they probably both be gassed.
Oh, yeah.
if they're just standing.
So Zach, who do you got for this fight?
I don't know. I've been telling you guys this for all the card.
Yep.
Uriah Hall and Silva's the only one that I really know the fighters. But if I had to put a guess on, I would say Greg Hardy.
Okay, yep, that's what I picked, honestly.
Like,
Yeah. If I had to
Greg
pick-
Hardy seems like he is on the upswing, even if his ceiling isn't too high, which I don't think his ceiling's too high. He could be a
Both
top
are.
15 guy. He could be 15.
Yeah.
I don't see him being top 10.
No.
But, like, he has potential. And what is he, like 28?
He has a good story.
I think he's like 32.
Oh, I'm starting to hiccup. This could be bad.
Hey,
Oh,
just
no,
choke that down. Grab another,
Where is,
grab another juice.
I'm set up for the next
Okay, 1 second.
the next guy.
So, Greg Hardy's 32. Okay.
So Austin, who do you got? You got Greg Hardy.
My safe bet is Greg Hardy with the over.
Yeah, that's very fair because he goes to decision a lot. I
Yeah.
can see him trying
Going,
to just.
going. I see that going to a decision if Greg Hardy wins.
I think his.
Not decision. Maurice Green knocks him out.
I think for me, for the kind of fighter he is, and I know he's been to some decisions, if he gets a decision win versus a knockout win, I think that's more impressive. Because I think if he goes to a decision win with someone for Maurice Green, who he only has a couple fights, but he has been around. Like I've heard of him.
He's been doing kickboxing a lot too. I think.
So if he can go to a decision with him, that's more impressive to me than just getting a lucky knockout.
Yeah.
Because Greg Hardy is new and he needs that. He needs to show that he can hang, not just knock people out or beat someone because he's so much better.
I got Greg Hardy for this too. Like that, it's up in the air. Whether there's always going to be a knockout or the under or over. But in all honesty, I think Greg Hardy's going to win this by decision, if not knockout. I think he's just a better fighter. But I'm still rooting for Maurice Green. He's on some of my picks.
Yeah. Man. All right. So I don't know shit
So-
about this one. You guys go ahead.
Next fight
It's an
is
interesting one.
Kevin Holland and
Mahmoud Muradov.
Mahmoud Muradov. Muradov is on a 12-fight win streak, 13-fight win streak.
It's
Number
pretty high up there.
25, ranked in the Czech Republic, 24-6 record, and his last 4 fights have been canceled. So he's been trying to fight for what?
Wow, he almost had a fight with Jocko.
Yeah.
Jocko would have fucked him up. I'm
Yeah.
saying that. I don't even know this guy.
yeah.
Jocko's top 10 light heavyweight right now.
This guy hasn't
Or he might be
lost
heavyweight. I think he's light.
in a very long time.
Last loss was David Ramirez in 2016, and that's pretty good. 4
Yeah.
years without a loss.
That's absolutely.
I'm not sure if this is his first fight in the UFC or not, but
Scroll down. No, it's
No,
not his first fight
It's
in the
his
UFC.
third
Second-
fight in
third-
the
oh,
UFC.
this is his third fight. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a difference.
He won by overhand right
In the third round.
in the third round, almost the end,
Nice knockout.
and unanimous decision in his first fight. So over 2.5 is very possible.
So this comes down, I think, to striking stand-up. Mahmoud Muradov looks really good, but not against any contesters like Kevin Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Holland, if he can, keep his distance and get those nice counters that he's, kind of known for,
Okay.
I think he knocks out Muradov for sure. But if this goes to the ground and Muradov can get dominant positioning, I really don't have my faith in Kevin Holland. Like Kevin Holland's wrestling's good enough to stuff takedowns, and I don't even think I've seen him take anybody down. But he's no joke, and Mahmoud Muradov, I think.
No,
I think
I'm
can
looking
win
right
this.
here. He actually
Kevin-
has some impressive wins. He beat Chinko. He beat Mearshart, which it is not impressive anymore since Kamaev took his head off.
Yeah.
He beat Buckley. He beat Darren Stewart too. Oh, so this guy has some names on his record. He guy absolutely has.
Yeah,
names.
he
I
beat
would
Joaquin
be.
Buckley.
I wouldn't be surprised. What is he? Middleweight? Okay. I would be surprised if he's like pushing on the door for top 15 middleweight.
He could be. He very well could be after
know.
this fight too.
Like
Yeah.
Kamaev's gonna get there before him, but he's probably around that 20 mark.
With the research that we did, he has a crazy left, or like
No,
he has crazy power.
he's
He
got
has
good-
knockout power.
He's got good precision encounters. That's what we saw him drop. The guys he dropped with.
Yeah.
But he is strong. He's a long fighter, so it's going to be tough for Muradov to strike with him if he wants to.
Yeah. But I mean, Maradov, if he brings him to the ground, I mean,
I got Muradov if this goes to the ground.
yeah, you got Maradov too because he's
Pretty sure it's a brown belt.
Brown belt?
Jiu-jitsu. We can look that up, but his wrestling looks great too. Kevin Holland's wrestling's good, but
affiliation.
yeah.
Oh, we got trained by Travis Luter.
Kevin
Luter,
Holland is a
BJJ.
blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
He's
So-
a blue belt.
Travis
So he
Travis
knows-
Luter was one
he
of the
just
first
knows
lightweight
defense,
champions in
bro.
UFC history.
Interesting. I mean, Maradov is definitely the gamble, but I mean, he's on a 13-fight win streak. I mean, that's got to say something. You know what I mean?
Depends on who he's fought, though.
Yeah, it's very true.
I think Kevin Holland's got more names than Muradov does.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, Kevin
And, you know-
Holland even has one of Muradov's names in the UFC, that Shariko guy.
Yeah, I think wasn't it Dachenko? I thought it was Dachenko.
I'm not.
I think they both beat him.
Yeah.
Andresso.
All right, so I guess
you guys got more?
I got Kevin Holland.
Okay.
For that fight, and we probably don't need to talk about every fight. I mean, we could.
I mean, this fight night is like, if you want to just give your picks, I don't think we need to talk too much about these fights. That no one knows.
I could give some picks.
There's the rest.
Just
of the
tell me
guys
who
are-
you pick for the fight. That's it. Just who you think is gonna win.
All right, the rest of the guys aren't on this.
Yeah, if you go to prelims right there, see main card, preliminary card.
We're gonna skip
Oh,
over
okay.
that Bobby Green fight. I've got a Bobby Green, but this actually is one I want to talk about. Alexander Hernandez.
Chris
I
Greenmaker.
dare you, Grootsmaker.
No,
Yeah.
we will not pick Bruce Maker in this fight at all. 110%, unless he
I was
gets
just gonna
this
say, I
lucky
dare you to try to
knockout.
pronounce that.
Yeah,
I
Bruce
don't know
Maker.
either of these guys though.
Alexander Hernandez, was up and coming beast, and then Cowboy Cerrone ruined his fucking life. Picked him apart, humiliated him, and humbled the guy down because he needed it. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a great guy to lose to. He's
Yeah.
fucking dead.
And then Drew Dober beat him in pretty dominant fashion.
Yeah.
But he's a good fighter. He's very well rounded. Jiu-jitsu,
Forward
wrestling, striking is on point.
He's a heavy favorite.
And honestly, Chris Grutzmacher, unless he gets a lucky first round knockout, just luck. Alexander Hernandez dominates the entire fight.
Next we have the bantamweight fight: Adrian Yanez versus Victor Rodriguez. Victor Rodriguez is coming in on a late notice. He's only had 3 weeks to train for this fight, and
Very
Andrew
bad.
Yanez. This is basically set up for Andrew Yanez to win. This is like a guaranteed win. He's up and coming. He has a 3-inch reach advantage. I mean, this guy Victor Rodriguez has really been. He's really a nobody, not to be like that guy. But
He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
I hate to be that guy, but all these guys.
He took this on
Yeah.
short term. Adrian Yanez is very possibly, if his ground game can uphold, he's an upcoming fighter, man. He's been, likened to George Masvidal. Very similar. And his boxing, I'd argue his boxing is as good as Andre Philly's.
I feel you, man. I really do feel you. I would just, I said the same thing about Malkoon is all.
Nah, this kid's different. I was rooting for Malcolm, and then I watched.
Rooting and hoping.
Very different.
Very
All
different.
right.
Very
Kudo,
different.
Kudo, all right, Kudo Aba. We're just gonna back.
I like the odds
I-
on that
Hey,
one.
Kudo
can I
Aba,
just say
we bet.
congratulations for pronouncing his name right?
Kudo
doing
Aba,
great.
thank you. 1600 last week. Thank you. Kudo Aba.
Not on Kudalaba.
No,
No.
I'm not
But I put more
Mm.
on Ankle.
ankle
So like,
Yeah, well,
kind of.
we
So-
almost.
but
Ankle
if
off.
Kudo
Close
Aba,
enough.
if Kudo Aba won, yeah, then I would have made more. But I mean, it is what it is.
Alright, so-
Adrian Yanez this is a guaranteed win. Guaranteed. There's no way he's losing this fight.
Now Victor Rodriguez is gonna win.
And I'd say,
No, Andrew Yanez is winning.
I'd say he poses better of a chance than Chris Grutzmacher does to Hernandez, but I'd still see Victor losing.
You just go to the stream real quick. Make sure it's good.
Fire.
Yeah, we're good.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Yeah, we're all looking at you anyway. We're totally paying
Alright,
attention.
so-
This is an interesting one, actually, because Sean Strickland picked up weight to, 185
No,
now,
I
Austin?
can't believe you guys
Yes.
know who the fuck these people are.
What do you mean?
Dude, what do you mean? What do I mean?
This shit.
Hey, every fighter's
You
an
realize-
This guy. These
All
fights
right,
are.
let me give you an
legit.
example. This guy, Sean Strickland, is
Yeah.
he nice? You guys
Dude.
think Sean Strickland's gonna win?
Yeah,
Just real
I-
quick. You
yeah.
think he's gonna win?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
he's going to win.
He's like ranked 35th in the middleweight division. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's great. I love it that you guys know it. It's just fucking crazy that you do.
All right.
Like, what the hell?
I'm only researching the week up here, Zach. Everybody else
You're
is
going
still-
week by week.
Yeah, I
All
know.
right, I feel you.
That's the easiest way to do it.
I
for
feel
me.
you.
All right.
Who you
so
got next week?
Thiago Moses, maybe?
No,
We're gonna-
Thiago Moses.
We're
playing
gonna
this
worry
week.
about next
Yeah,
week
see?
after
Exactly.
this week.
Dude, nah.
Thiago Santos, that's my bad.
Okay, I am too. I
Getting
got
off topic
Santos,
again. So Sean Strickland, 3-inch reach advantage. Now what's 180? Why? Explain this to me.
It's a catchweight fight.
Catch weight fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean Strickland went up to 185 though. He's had a long
Right.
from
Yeah.
the
I'm
UFC.
sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
that Strickland is going to put on pounds.
Sean Strickland, what? He's a kickboxer or Muay Thai?
His nickname's Tarzan.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt. He's a Team Millennia MMA.
20-3.
Yeah, he's got
One
a nice
fight
record
streak.
actually. Pretty nice. Record.
He lost to Kamaru Usman,
Oh, who didn't?
and he lost to Ponzinibbio, who's
He's
also
fought in the
a
UFC
very
for a
great fighter.
while though.
Who is this? This is Strickland.
Yeah.
Beat Tom Breeze. Beat Court McGee. Lost to Zysky.
Lost spinning hook kick and punches. Round 1. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that's TKO.
Yeah. Win ground and pound.
Now wait a minute. Where's the date here? 20. This guy hasn't fought in 2 years.
He got into a motorcycle accident. I know
Okay,
that.
got it.
But
Same with Frank Mir.
yeah, he's back now though. So
Oh,
that's
he's
good.
on Team Quest. That's Oh, well,
Come
no,
on.
that's gonna piss me off.
I can click on it.
Yeah, click on it. Who the fuck's that guy? There's I think it's a heavyweight.
Team Quest, no staff. What the hell?
A bunch of Team
Oh,
Quest.
Wonder Boy, that's who it is. Go
Wonder
down.
Boy?
Go down. Sam Alvey,
Sam Alvey.
Dan Hendo.
Yeah, this guy Strickland.
I think it's
is
Wonder
the
Boy,
favorite.
too.
He's the favorite.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
So I'd pick
Yeah.
Sean
You
Strickland
guys?
for this fight. Jack Marshman has a chance to stick it out to decision, but
Yeah.
I think if
Doesn't-
it goes to decision, Strickland wins.
Yeah, Jack Martian can obviously knock him out, but I like not picking the people that just have that one punch ability. Like
Skill overpowered, baby.
Skill overpower. Like if he takes him to the ground, I feel like he's winning this fight. He's winning this fight.
All right.
I
You
think
guys
that's
get on
possible.
this card?
Well, let's run through it quicker because we've been talking about these prelims a little bit too much here.
All right.
You guys switch.
Wait, yeah, I gotta go to prelim. Sorry. Here we go.
Strong.
All right. Kevin Navidad versus Miles John.
Scroll up. Wait,
Oh, wait.
You're skipping.
I did skip.
Cole
Oh yeah.
Williams versus Jason Witt. We're gonna get this one out quick. They're both mediocre fighters. MMA. There's no
Yeah.
base background, no jiu-jitsu, no Muay Thai specialty there. The chin on Jason Witt's questionable. He has been tagged quite a few times and
Yeah, but so
does
is
get
Cole Williams.
TKO'd. And Cole Williams is the older fighter here, guys. He's 36. I'd take a 36-year-old fighter under the Jason Witt, 33-year-old.
Yeah,
I think Jason Witt wins this one by TKO.
yeah. I think Jason Witt wins.
Justin Jacoby is actually a fight that I'm excited for, though.
And I think this could go to a decision because they both could get gas, but
They could both just not give a fuck because that's not really a UFC caliber fight,
yeah. Justin Jacoby, Justin Ledet. Justin Jacoby's gonna win this. He's the favorite.
I'd say he's going to win because his striking game is so much more advanced than Justin Ledet. Justin Ledet likes to strike with you. Justin Jacoby, yeah, but Justin Jacoby also came. He was out of the UFC for a while. He went and did some glory kickboxing, advanced his skills there for I believe it was a couple years, and now he's back. And he's I think he steamrolls Justin Ledet.
Yeah, he's 12-5, 2 wins in a row. I mean, who's he fought?
Ty Flores.
Unanimous decision. That was in a contender series, so he's coming off a contender series win. It's his first fight in the UFC. So see how he does.
His first fight back.
First fight back.
He's been in the game for quite a few years though.
Courtney Casey versus
Priscilla
Krachilla, I think her name is. Shevchenko basically murdered this girl. She dominated her the entire fight. And
Oh, is it Priscilla Chakugian?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, she got fucked up by Shevchenko, and
Yeah, she did.
I understand why people liked her because she had those looping hooks that just knocking bitches out. You know, that's fucking impressive. But Courtney Casey's record, you know, she's fighting tough fighters. She's got a lot of submissions. I got Courtney Casey for this fight.
I got Courtney Casey.
Her
too.
striking looks better, not as powerful, but better. And I pick better over power.
Kevin Navidad versus Miles Johns.
Last fight of the card.
I got Kevin.
First
This
fight
is
of
the
card.
first fight of the card, but I got Kevin Navidad 4-inch reach advantage. What is he gonna have to cut weight or?
Yeah, I'll probably have to cut weight. It's at a bantamweight fight.
Yeah.
So 135 is its bantamweight?
Huh?
Bantamweight, so 135?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to cut 10 pounds or so from his natural weight.
It might be 140 actually, because I think maybe bantamweight's 140, flyweight's 135. Because I don't think there's any 125ers in the UFC.
So Austin, you say Kevin Navidad for this fight. I'm gonna go and split this one up. I pick Miles John by decision. I think Miles John's gonna wrestle him, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get that TKO.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna get top pressure and maintain it for the fight.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I'm just going out on a limb.
Of course, you
Because I
gotta
don't think every every favorite's gonna win.
Nah, it's never probable, but
Yeah.
Kevin Navidad has more of a chance than some of the other guys on this.
Yeah. All right, so that's the UFC Fight Night 182.
Yeah, 192.
182.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
All right, you good?
What do you want to talk
You guys
about?
good?
Yeah, where else
All
are we
right.
talking now?
So there's a couple things I want to talk about. One, we haven't talked about the card at all. Pay-per-view that just happened, where Khabib Nurmagomedov just beat Justin Gaethje for the lightweight championship and then retired right afterwards. There have been reports that he hasn't really retired and that he's looking to have another fight. Don't know that yet. I mean, we speculated enough on what it's going to be before this fight, so we're not going to speculate on it right now.
Yeah.
We're going to hope it's GSP.
We're hoping it's GSP.
We're hoping it's GSP. but who
GSP
knows?
30-0 and GSP to get what? Third belt in 3 divisions.
So if Khabib beats
First
GSP,
person ever to do
I'd
that.
call him the GOAT. As of right now, still got GSP, maybe split even between them. Even though GSP's taken losses, he's come back and avenged him, you know?
Dude, GSP hasn't lost since
Dominantly.
like 2006.
Yeah, and he's dominated it once.
The only people he's lost to in the UFC,
Matt
he beat
Serra. Yeah.
Matt Serra and Matt Hughes.
Yep.
And there was one other in his early career, and then he beat them too. I don't think he lost to BJ Penn. I think he beat BJ Penn twice.
I think he did.
So yeah, you have obviously Khabib bowing out of the lightweight division, which sets up room now for the new lightweight champion. We've argued about what it's going to be, who it should be. Personally, I think that they should give the title to Gaethje
I think
because he
should as
won
well.
the he won the interim championship 6 months ago, beat Tony Ferguson, who was ranked the #1 contender, and then he lost to Khabib. Khabib retires.
Yeah, Gaethje's
So I get that you now need a fight to declare the championship. I have 2 griefs about how this whole thing went down. First of all, Khabib retiring just threw a fucking monkey wrench in the whole thing because there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah,
But-
defense stuff.
The biggest piece of grievance I have is that I've heard different reports from both sides, but it seems like, from what I've heard, the Poirier-McGregor scheduled bout in January is not going to be for the title,
But the same
Good.
but that
It could be.
Gaethje is going to fight Michael Chandler for the lightweight championship.
What?
That's what I've heard from.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dana White source. I think it was Helwani. I think it was Ariel Helwani tweeted it. Do you know Michael Chandler?
Yeah.
Michael Chandler, for those who don't know, was the lightweight championship at Bellator, a rival organization to the UFC, and he got signed weeks ago, like not even months ago, weeks ago. The plan was if either Gaethje or Nurmagomedov got COVID and had to bow out of the fight, Chandler would step in.
People were pissed about this.
Chandler-
Tony was pissed.
Is not even in the lightweight rankings right now.
Really?
He does not have a UFC fight.
Wow.
He has, I think he won like 5 fights in a row in Bellator. He's badass. He's a motherfucking champ from Bellator.
Make him fight Tony.
100%.
Make him fight Tony.
Make him fight Tony.
yeah.
Make him fight a guy at number 10.
Yeah.
Like, what
Make
are
him
you talking-
fight.
like,
Make him fight
There's
anybody
been
but
people that
the
have been
belt.
like kickboxing champions that come in and they're going to start at the bottom of the totem pole. Like,
Just like
why is this
everybody
guy
else.
just? First of all, I barely heard of Michael Chandler, and I follow the UFC pretty well. You guys ever heard of Michael Chandler
I
before?
haven't. No.
Not until
Like-
UFC talk.
So the only reason this makes sense is that Michael Chandler, when he signed to the UFC, Dana White, in his contract with Michael Chandler, put in terms that Michael Chandler gets a top 5 fight first. Like, that's the only way I can see this. Because if you're Dana,
Bellator must be getting big, man.
if you're
Must be
Dana
getting bigger than
and
we're
you
giving them.
sign this guy, like,
I think
it's because you see the talent and you know this guy could bring something to your division. Otherwise, you would never say, like, yeah, you get a top 5 fight right away.
Yeah.
You would never say that shit because he doesn't deserve it.
no. I
But
think-
anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think Gaethje should get the belt. I think that Poirier McGregor.
Yep.
The winner of that fights Gaethje, and then in the meantime, you can give Ferguson Chandler because Ferguson doesn't have anything else going on.
Well,
right
that's
now.
think,
what that's
dude,
what
Ferguson
it'll be. It'll
Chandler.
be giving Ferguson Chandler. You know,
And I
until,
think-
until I watch some fight footage, dude, I got Ferguson.
But listen. We saw Ferguson get fucked up by Gaethje like no one ever thought possible
Without any takedown.
without any takedown attempts. Why? I don't know.
That
The
is stupid.
speculation was that they both agreed to keep the fight standing the whole time.
That's dumb. That's not.
That's
MMA.
like
But
honor,
that's
man.
Keep it
Gaethje's.
in
But
boxing.
that's
That's honor.
Gaethje's vendetta. That's what Gaethje lives and breathes on. And Ferguson was probably like, I haven't had a fight in a year. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
What realistically, what should happen? What is the best course? Is that Gaethje fights Ferguson again. Poirier fights McGregor. The winner of both those.
And then
fight each other.
Chandler has to start lower.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chandler
yeah.
gets 2 fights before he has to fight either
top
of them.
maybe top 10 if you really want
Like
to.
Chandler
give him
gets
that.
a top 10 fight, sure, that's fine. He's Bellator champ, top 10 fight, okay.
There's
Yeah,
no way. There's
and
no way.
If he wins that,
You're
then he
dominant fashion,
loses. If he wins that, and say McGregor beats Poirier, then
Yeah.
give Poirier to Chandler.
Yeah. Actually,
know?
yeah.
I would give. I would. I
And
would
then
say Poirier to
McGregor
Chandler.
fights Gaethje, whatever. And then if Chandler can beat Poirier too, then okay, you can get a title shot.
Yeah.
But to make this dude, like Ferguson was flipping the fuck out, as he has
Yeah.
every right to,
Oh yeah.
because
Full
Ferguson,
fight win streak, no title shot.
Ferguson,
That was
Well,
that was
he-
fucking bad.
he didn't get a
crazy.
title match, but he got a title shot, but his bouts just kept getting canceled. And due to his part, because he canceled on Khabib at one point. And you know the original Tony Gaethje fight was Tony Khabib,
Yeah.
but COVID happened and Khabib was stuck in Russia, so they brought in Gaethje. That's the only reason Gaethje's in any of this right now. Because Gaethje was like the 7th ranked lightweight contender when he fought Tony, who was number 1. Then he beat Tony, and that's how he got Khabib.
And Tony really shouldn't have stayed standing, man.
Dude, I don't know why he did.
Honor.
And I'm sure Tony watched that Gaethje Khabib fight and watched how pitiful Gaethje's wrestling looked compared to Khabib.
yeah.
It's not pitiful, but compared to Khabib, it was absolutely atrocious. And Ferguson was like, "Why the fuck did I do that?"
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Ferguson got trained by Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, like very.
I know,
good
that's
fucking
what I
black
mean.
belt, literally.
Tenth
Eddie
Yeah.
Bravo is like, fuck. He's one of the
He's
best
the best.
jiu-jitsu artists in the
Yeah,
world.
probably
tapped out Gracie.
possibly the best no-gi.
Got
jiu-jitsu.
trained by Machados, beat Gracie's. Like, this dude's as legit as it gets.
Yeah. he was.
And Ferguson's like, nah, I'll stand.
Yeah, and he tried that. What was it?
It didn't work out at all.
Amanari?
Imanari roll, yeah.
Amanari roll. He tried that in like the 4th fucking round.
No, 5th round.
5th
It was
round.
a minute
yeah,
and a half into the
after-
5th round.
After being
After
so
he was
gassed.
bloodied.
Like, credit to him for staying in that fight as long as he did. You know?
Yeah, no, he has a chin, dude. He
Yeah.
has a chin.
You know what I-
Gaethje would have knocked out Khabib
You know what I think
if
that
he
is?
had gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
endurance
yeah,
training.
yeah.
Because the Diaz brothers, they do like triathlon.
Yeah,
and
they
shit.
do.
And
do
they
crazy
got
shit.
chins on them, especially Nate. And I think that's the endurance training. Because I've heard Ferguson trains in the gym 6 hours straight, no water.
You know, that's interesting that you bring up Nate Diaz.
What about him?
So,
He could fight.
so
in this
Nate
too.
Diaz has his whole career has been at welterweight though. So he's 170. He would drop down to 15 pounds. But
In time.
we're still looking for that Diaz McGregor 3. That still should happen. And if McGregor loses to Poirier, I think that's McGregor's best bet for a fight after that is against Nate Diaz.
McGregor beat Diaz this time, the most recent time, right?
Yes. First fight in 2017 or 17. Yeah, it was 2017. Nate Diaz rear naked choke second round beat McGregor. And their second fight in 2018, it was a split decision win for McGregor, 5 rounds.
Wow.
Nate Diaz, he's the fucking truth,
Yeah.
and he's a gangster about it too, which everybody
Stop.
Well,
loves.
he's
Slap.
kind of like
You ever seen that?
McGregor's kryptonite.
You ever seen that GIF of when he slapped Dana White?
No, it did.
Yeah, like Dana White, like he made a promotion out of it, and it was in a street corner. Nate Diaz got him right on the cheek,
Oh, that's
slapped
funny.
the shit out of him.
Gotta watch
Great,
that when I get
that's
home.
But that was when Nate Diaz was the fucking big thing because he beat McGregor.
Yeah.
You know, Nate Diaz made more money off the 2 McGregor fights than he'll make in any other point in his career. By far.
Probably. McGregor carries money with him, almost like Floyd.
So Nate Diaz, because he was supposed to fight Jorge, that rematch was supposed to happen because it was a Dr. Stoppage the first time for the BMF title. That's no longer happening because now they're looking for Jorge versus Colby.
Yeah, they are.
So now Nate Diaz is out of a fight. So maybe Nate Diaz versus Michael Chandler?
Ooh, at 155?
Dude, Nate Diaz could go to
Yeah,
155.
he could.
He
He's like
could, but
6 foot.
like I
down.
wouldn't want to see him either.
Yeah,
He's
that'd be
5'11",
pretty,
yeah.
pretty skinny, gross looking.
I don't know. I wouldn't really.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
That'd be a hard weight cut, but he could do it.
But then again, you look at a guy like George St. Pierre,
He
and
is
you
about-
think of him going to lightweight as
5'11"
nothing,
too,
but
yeah.
that's about the same thing.
yeah, he's 5'11".
He's short. He's a little right. He's like 5'10", 5'11",
5'10".
but he's just buff. Like
He's
if you
huge,
look at his body type versus Nate Diaz,
GSP
he's
could be
wider. His shoulders are bigger. You know what I
A
mean?
lot of muscles. So.
GSP could be.
Yeah, I'm praying.
I don't even want to see, dude. I don't want to see. The more I think about it, the more I'm psyching myself out of the fact that that fight might happen at welterweight. It probably will happen at lightweight, just because I don't. You sent me a video of GSP saying he wants to win his 3rd title in 3 divisions. That makes sense.
Be the first
But
guy to
I-
ever do it.
But I don't see. I don't see GSP doing well at lightweight because he's welterweight his whole career, and his only other fight in a different division was middleweight. He's never been down to 155 in his whole career.
Yeah.
And if you look at Khabib from his point of view, he's like, he got crowned the pound for pound champ, which we can get into in a second if you guys want to.
Oh boy.
He's lightweight his whole career, lightweight champ, retired at lightweight. Why the fuck would he go to welterweight? I totally get that. That makes sense. Totally makes sense. Which is why I think if he fights the 30th time, I don't think it's GSP.
No, I don't think so either. 'Cause
I don't think it's going to be GSP.
I think he wants to also have that guaranteed 30 win.
I think McGregor. Or Ferguson. I think it's McGregor or Ferguson.
I'd
No,
rather
it
see
can't be
Ferguson.
Tony.
Can I
It
just
can't be
say that
Tony.
if it's Michael Chandler, I will be super pissed.
Oh yeah, I think we all will, man. I think that'll just.
No, it won't be.
I think Chandler would have. I mean, anyone besides GSP has to win before they get a fight.
Pretty much because those are the 2 goats. Who are we picking? You know.
All right. So what did I just say that pissed me off?
Michael Chandler getting Khabib fight.
Oh, fucking Khabib getting pound for pound number 1.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
No, we talked about this too.
Can we say this? Can I say this? Because I'm gonna sound like a dick, but I need to say it because it's true.
Hang on, before we get into this,
Yeah, you
take a
want
quick
to
break.
play that?
I'm gonna see if
Quick
all right.
pound before we get into the pound for pound.
Station identification. You're watching MMA Complete, brought to you by SFBNRI. Check out all of our socials at SFBNRI. You can check out Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. I'm gonna try to play a promo right now. I don't know if it'll work because my Wi-Fi is not the best. Who do we want to shout out, boys? Let's shout out the Tom Gronkowski Show. I'm pretty sure that comes to you live at Tuesdays. I'll have to get the time. I think it's Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. Let's see if this promo works. And it's not going to work. All right, so that was that.
Well,
You're
you
watching
got-
MMA Complete.
You got the name.
Hang on. We gotta
No,
shout out more people.
it's the Wi-Fi.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the Wi-Fi.
All right.
Well, at least we're.
Can I say
we're on
this?
video.
And I'm going to sound like a dick,
Yeah, I'll hear.
but it's true. Khabib got the number 1 pound for pound ranking because his father died.
Yeah, that's deep.
That
I
is
know.
deep.
I hate to say it.
I don't think that's the case.
Khabib should not be higher than John Jones. He should not.
I think. Are they accounting
And-
John Jones? As test failures.
Even if they are, like, how can you take it away from John Jones?
Because
He has been the number
possibly-
1 pound for
because
pound fighter since
that-
like 20.
that opens
10.
up the possibility of him being on, performance enhancing drugs if he fails drug tests.
Well, you can't really say that because all of the one fight that he got bopped for is a no contest now. Every other fight, he's been tested clean. Every other fight. It's not like he's
Yeah,
had a
but-
fight that he hasn't been tested
But
for.
once you have that on your record, the no contest, it's still on your record.
I hear that, and that it is a valid point. But at the same time, if you put that up against John Jones' fucking track record, it's not even comparable to Khabib's track record.
No.
Well, yeah, if you get rid of that
If you get rid of what?
no contest.
No, keep the no contest. Keep his DQ loss. Everything else. He has victories over Shogun Rua, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida,
Oh yeah,
Quentin Rampage Jackson, Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos, Glover Teixeira, Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Like the list goes on. DC, on and on,
Twice.
on and on. Well, one with one no contest,
Nah,
which he
twice.
did win. The one fight that he knocked out DC with the leg kick, that's the no contest. There
Waited 3 rounds.
there is no reason at all that John Jones should not be the number one pound for pound fighter in the world.
He has 15 belts.
He has
Yeah,
15,
15
15
world
he says 15 belts. He has 14 defenses with 1 win. Or no, 13 defenses with 2 wins because he had to win back the belt against St. Preux after he got suspended for 2 years.
Yeah.
Imagine if he didn't get-
If he didn't get suspended for 2 years, he would just have 3 more wins on his record.
You can play the imagine game all day though.
Right, of course you can.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think Khabib deserves the number one?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Now, let me
I'd
ask you
say-
this. Do you think it's because of the last 2 years?
Just his record speaks, man. And his record speaks, and dude hasn't been punched. Look at that.
He's been punched. He
Yeah,
just
but
hasn't
he
bled.
hasn't been fucking. He hasn't been bled. He hasn't been punched significantly.
Oh, look at this competition.
Yeah,
he got
it's-
punched by McGregor. He
does-
got
yeah, he
rocked
did
around
get
by
rocked. He did
McGregor a
get
little
rocked.
bit.
But John Jones does have bigger names on his fucking
And
record.
it's not even comparable.
Yeah.
And I get that. If you want to look at, for per fight, just dominance, Khabib's more dominant than John Jones.
Yeah.
I will 100% give you that. But John Jones has beaten everybody that deserves a chance. Khabib hasn't
Agreed.
beaten Tony.
No, he hasn't.
Khabib hasn't beaten GSP yet.
He needs
Khabib
to.
hasn't beaten all these people. And I mean, granted, like he had. If you want to talk about lightweight, welterweight, you want to talk about Jorge Masvidal, you want to talk about like Usman, you want to talk about all these people that he realistically has no reason to fight, and that's
could fight.
fine that he hasn't fought them. But at the same time, John Jones has fought everybody in the light heavyweight division. Everybody in the last 10 years that has made any amount of a mark.
He's also 6'4".
PEDs.
Well, I don't think that.
I don't think steroids makes you taller.
I wish.
I don't think. I
I
mean,
do some
it,
steroids.
granted, it is some freakish, crazy genes that John Jones is so good. He is 6'4", and he has the largest reach in UFC history. He's an 84.5-inch reach. That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's long.
But if you want to talk about like he was fucking high for 3 days, and then he fought Alex Gustafsson, who had the fight of his career, and he still beat him. You know, you want to talk about DC coming down from heavyweight from Strikeforce, and then John Jones beat him 5 rounds, and then beat him again.
Yeah.
You want to talk about all these emerging guys like Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos that John Jones beat, wasn't close. You go back to his early days when he was 23 years old, youngest champion in UFC history, beating Shogun Rua, then beating Rashad Evans, Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Yeah. Man, that's a long time ago.
It was so long ago. Man's been number one pound for pound since like 2011.
He's fought multiple generations too.
He has. And Khabib has fought
He has a chance.
4, not even 4, 3 impressive fights. He's beaten McGregor, Poirier, Gaethje.
All right, Zach, you've done some convincing. But
That's just about it.
but does that number one pound for pound still dominate over the GOAT? I think the GOAT's GSP.
It's a great argument. That's a great argument.
Especially
Can
when
I
you
say
factor
one
in
more thing
Phil.
for the Khabib thing? Because
Yeah,
I want to
of
argue for Khabib now because I've just talked about Jones.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, if you want to just take 2 years, Khabib should be the pound for pound fighter. Because Khabib in the last 2 years has
Oh, yeah.
beaten Connor, Poirier, and now Gaethje.
Yeah.
And John Jones has only beaten Reyes and Smith in in the last 2 years, and Santos.
A lot of people are saying that he wasn't running.
Yeah, that's it, but that's an opinion.
No. I'm not saying it's true. I'm
Right.
just saying a lot of people are
Right.
saying that he's not running.
Of course,
Possible.
I don't
that
think
he
John
doesn't-
Jones is scared of really anybody.
I don't think John Jones is scared of it, and I know that John.
Yeah,
Jones is scared of
you know what I
anybody.
mean. Like, the
So
guy
that was the
can
only
beat
thing
up
I wanted to say.
anybody.
Khabib in the last 2 years, that's the only reason I can see him getting that, and because he just is off a victory, and Dana White's looking to make publicity,
Yeah,
and he called it out at the end of his fight. He said, "I want to be pound for pound greatest." So in the last 2 years, he has made that leap, but the last 10 years don't count for shit.
yeah, that's true. Very true.
You know. Uh,
Tough argument.
Talking
right
about publicity.
so now GOAT conversation. So let me give you some names. These are the only names that you can talk about GOAT. You could talk John Jones, Khabib, GSP,
Where the guy
Anderson Silva.
at flyweight. Who's that guy at flyweight?
Demetrius Johnson is
Yeah,
another one, 100%.
It's just sad that weight class is kind of like
Yeah.
not
Well,
looked
he
at
was
enough.
right. And the thing about Demetrius Johnson that hurts him, because he was the flyweight king for like 5 years. No one could touch that dude.
Yeah.
But then the only other great fighter in that division, Henry Cejudo, comes along. And granted, Demetrius Johnson beat him in a split decision the first time, but then Cejudo beat Johnson. You know, no one's beaten Khabib, no one's beaten John Jones. That's the only thing that hurts him.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva
Those undefeated
is
records
the only
really
one
count.
who has losses that you could argue for GOAT. And I don't want to argue Anderson Silva as the GOAT because I think he's personally like 3. I would put him behind Jones and GSP.
Yeah.
But I will argue Anderson Silva to the fucking moon for GOAT if I need to. Because I grew up watching that man.
It's gonna be a sad day.
It's going to
honestly.
be sad watching his last fight this Saturday.
I
you
almost
watching it?
wish he went out.
No, I'm not even going to get to watch it.
Well, you might catch it if you come. If you
Dude,
wanna
I'm not
come.
getting out of work till 11.
Yes.
I'll
I'll let you know if it's on. I mean,
I'll see what I can do because we have a TV over there. We watch football.
Oh, okay. You
So
might
I'll
be able
see
to
what I can do.
hook up some ESPN Plus.
Bring my Xbox to work.
Dude, you
Hey,
can sign
dude.
into your ESPN Plus and watch it.
They don't
You
have
have
a
to.
like it's not a smart TV.
Yeah, fucking the Xbox. You might
Yeah, I
have to.
bring my Xbox
Dude, you
to
can
work.
watch it on your phone.
Yeah, I could.
Could put it on.
But that fight's gonna go on at 9:00. I could, might be able to. We'll see.
You should try.
We'll
It's
see. I'm
Anderson's
I'm totally
last
gonna
fight.
try.
But
All right.
he looked really good, like as good as he could against Adesanya. I wish that would have been his last fight.
Yeah, I mean, Cannonier just beat him. Cannonier almost broke his leg. And then Cannonier lost. You know that Cannonier got his arm broken in that fight against Whitaker?
Really?
He broke his arm in the first round with a leg kick. Like he kicked him in the shoulder, broke his arm.
Oh, that happens. Yeah, does happen.
I didn't know that shit. Cannonier almost won in the third round with a broken arm. That's pretty crazy.
Fracture.
Yeah, sure.
So impressive.
Kamaev, Leon Edwards.
March 19th, Kamaev versus Leon
December.
Edwards. Is it December
December
19th? So the fight night after UFC 256 will be headlined by Kamaev versus Leon Edwards.
It's gonna be awesome.
Bet the deed.
I got
Kamaev.
Kamaev.
I don't know,
Dude,
man.
and Leon
I
Ed-
don't
I don't
know. I don't know. We're gonna have to put in some more work into that. We're gonna have to watch Leon Edwards.
There's not much to watch.
All right. Do you guys want to keep going for a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, sure.
If you guys want to keep going, totally, I'm fine with it. I have to pee.
Yeah, I gotta pee too. Honestly, we can stick it out for like 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. All right. So other news that we got, we have UFC
We'll
255.
go for an hour, just to say.
UFC 255 being brought to you on November 21st is the next pay-per-view for the UFC. That's being headlined by the flyweight championship between Davison Figueiredo versus Alex Perez. It was originally supposed to be Cody Noah, but Cody, I think he got a hairline fracture in his bicep, something like that. He hurt his arm.
Yeah.
And so Alex Perez steps in. Obviously, not as big of a name. Alex Perez is Cody Garbrandt. Alex Perez is on the come up. He's ranked 5th in the flyweight division. I think he's won his last 3. It's going to be a good fight. Figueiredo should win that. In the co-main event, we have Valentina Shevchenko versus Jennifer Maia. Jennifer
boy.
Maia, fresh off her win against Jennifer Calderwood, UFC 252, I believe it was. And I think she's a great fighter. I think she has all the opportunities in the world. She doesn't stand a fucking chance against Shevchenko.
Fucking tight.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah,
Shevchenko's
got a record.
Shevchenko is the second best female fighter in the world, bar none. Amanda Nunes is number 1. Shevchenko is number 2.
Amanda Nunes is something.
Amanda Nunes,
She's an alien.
Amanda, no,
She's a specimen. We'll call her specimen. She is that.
She's a beast. She's the queen of the UFC, and she's a great
All right.
lady too. She's very
So-
humble.
So, we could talk about this. Henry Cejudo versus Amanda Nunes.
That's what I was just saying.
No, no.
It's not worth
Is
speculating.
this rumored? What
No,
the fuck?
it's not worth. It's not.
Okay,
worth.
so
This
no,
is something
no,
that
no,
me
you
and
just
no,
pulled
this
no,
is something
no,
that me and
no,
Austin have
no.
just talked
Henry
about.
Cejudo said he'd do it.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did.
No?
Why would Cejudo say that? There would be nothing for him to gain for saying that.
No,
He's gonna
you would
tweet that
make a
video
shit
like,
ton of money.
"What the fuck you talking about? You want to beat up a girl?" That's exactly what would happen.
That would
Yeah.
be crazy though. Like, who would win, Henry Cejudo or Amanda Nunes? Like, even that's a crazy fight.
Dude,
Henry Cejudo.
Like-
I think I got Nunes.
I got Henry Cejudo.
It depends.
Go
It
Henry
depends.
Cejudo.
If Nunes could keep the fight standing, I don't think Cejudo stands a goddamn chance. I think Nunes would beat the shit out of him standing. To the ground, I think Cejudo would fuck her up.
Let's see.
Amanda Nunes could
Why
like
are you
one punch
speculating about a
knock out.
male v female fight though?
Dude,
Like,
Amanda Nunes could one punch knock out Cejudo.
she could. Yeah, she very well
Totally could.
Totally could.
That just doesn't happen in sports.
Anyway.
so, like,
We're getting off
not a lot
topic
of
here.
sports.
A couple other fights that we can mention. We got Jose Aldo versus Chito Vera, which has been verified for 256, I think it is. I don't
Oh,
think
wow.
it's 255, I think it's 256.
Jose Aldo might be done. He's been knocked out.
Dude,
a
I
lot.
think I got Aldo all the way in that fight.
Yeah, I think I got Aldo.
Aldo barely lost to Moraes. He shouldn't have lost to Moraes. And he got knocked out by Peter Yan, who's the best bantamweight in the world. You know what I mean? Chito Vera only is getting this fight because he beat Sean O'Malley. Chito Vera doesn't deserve Jose Aldo yet.
Yeah, fucking Mally, that guy.
Speculate another fight. It was Israel Adesanya versus Jan.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's just Yan trying to get some publicity.
How about Adesanya versus Jones?
That would be
That would
fight.
be awesome.
You know, Adesanya, why would he bother with Jan Blachowicz? Unless he's trying to move up to light heavyweight.
Jones would be fighting a guy that's a 6'4", just like him.
Not only that, but
Better
Adesanya
kickboxer,
would-
honestly.
Adesanya would gain 20 pounds of muscle going into that fight.
And
He
with
ain't
a better-
skinny anymore.
Just a better stand-up striker too. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's what he did for what.
Right, but
100
John Jones
fights,
would take that man to the ground every single
and
round.
just drop
John
him,
Jones
is
fucking
fucking
wrecked him.
elbows. Yeah, I got
Fuck
John
him
Jones
up.
in that fight.
John
Dude,
Jones.
that's why we need to see John Jones versus Stipe. That's the fight.
Well, John Jones needs to get his
That's
ass
the
up,
fight.
get to heavyweight, fucking do it.
No, and Stipe and
Stipe
Ngannou
versus
too.
Ngannou is scheduled
It's
for
scheduled.
March. It hasn't been scheduled yet.
No,
but
it's not
rumored for
official,
March.
but it's rumored.
Rooting for Stipe. Fucking scared of Ngannou. I'm
I think
scared of
Ngannou's
Ngannou
gonna win. I think Ngannou's gonna win. I think Stipe's done. Stipe doesn't want to fight
I
anymore.
don't know. I
His
think
eyes are
Stipe
fucked
could
up.
Stipe absolutely could win. He beat Ngannou the first time. And if he wins again, it would be the same game plan. He's just going to
Yeah.
take him down and wrestle him for 5 rounds.
Smart thing to do.
Ngannou was gassed by the second round.
If he
in
gets
that fight.
Ngannou gassed, he'll be good. He'll be good.
Right.
By the third round,
Ngannou's a
does.
big, heavy dude, man. If he's using all that energy, he's going to get gassed quick.
Oh yeah, and the punches he
But by
throws
the
are
way-
fucking 100%.
Right. Did you see his last
my
fight
God.
against Rosenstrike? He threw 6 shots, and they were all like that. Literally like that. He caught one, knocked him out.
They all
That's
had power.
exactly what happened.
Wow.
Just like that. He literally went like this. As soon as the guy tried to stop moving his head and tried to throw a fist, caught him right in the chin, knocked him out. Like that. And that was
Yeah.
it. 10
Francis
seconds,
Ngannou.
knockout win by Ngannou.
Ngannou's gonna.
But Ngannou landed strikes on Stipe's chin. Stipe didn't go down.
Stipe
Granted,
Miocic.
it was like in the second and third round when he was gassed. a
What,
little bit.
Stipe Miocic probably is the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. He has the most title defenses in heavyweight division.
Yeah, he
history.
beat a lot of fucking tough people too. Like, I'm pretty sure Cain Velasquez was on his list.
He beat Kane for Doom.
Yeah.
Overeem. Cormier twice.
That's
now.
huge. That's huge.
Who else did he beat? Ngannou. You know, that I think that's his 5 title defenses.
Good for him.
Yeah. Stipe is a bad motherfucker. All right, that's about going to do it for this episode of MMA Complete. Thank you, Austin and Mark, for being on the show. Appreciate it, guys. You guys want to check us out on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us at SFBNRI. You can check us out, MMA Complete, at Spotify and SoundCloud. This weekend, we're not sure exactly what we're going to be doing, but it seems like Austin and maybe Mark are going to be live streaming by themselves for the fights.
Maybe.
So
We'll
It's
see.
possible.
we'll be putting out tweets. We'll be doing whatever.
Hopefully.
Try to check us out on Saturday during the fight nights. We might be live. We might be not. Thank you for everybody who's watching. I think we're about to be out of here. If I can end it. All right. Thank you, everybody.